Hey, my name's Terralyn, and in today's video we are going to be talking about serrapeptase. So the reason that I wanted to make this video is because it's been a year since I put out my first serrapeptase video, and I just wanted to give an update. I'm still getting a lot of questions on that video. So if you're here from the infertility community, I just want to say, like, I am here for you. I am here with you. I know what you're going through. And if you ever want someone to chat to about it, my DMs are totally open. I would love to connect with you. So I'm gonna just talk about what serrapeptase is, how it works, and then what it did for me. So serrapeptase is an enzyme found in the digestive tract of silkworms. So there's a bacteria in their intestines that helps to break down the cocoon of a silkworm. One thing that serrapeptase does is it reduces inflammation in the body. It's actually been used in Japan and Europe for years to reduce inflammation naturally. People use it for things like migraine headaches, after surgeries, for ear, nose, and throat illnesses. Some doctors believe that serrapeptase works for that better than ibuprofen in reducing inflammation. Another thing that it helps with is if you have an infection in the body, you can take serrapeptase alongside your antibiotics, and the serrapeptase actually helps to break down the biofilm of the bad bacteria so they can't continue to grow. The biofilm of a bacteria is kind of like their shield, their protection against antibiotics, which means the antibiotics can work more effectively on the infection. That's how serrapeptase works. How it worked for me was I was trying to get pregnant for years, nothing was working. I was having some tests done, and one of my tests was called a hysterosalpingogram. I do have a video that I will link below if you're interested in hearing about my experience having an HSG procedure done. But during that procedure, they found out my tubes were blocked. They told me that the results were inconclusive, but I knew right away they were blocked because the dye went up and through and just came right back out where it started. So it didn't go into my pelvic cavity through my fallopian tubes like it should have. So I knew right away my tubes were blocked, and I started on a mission of unblocking them naturally. The first thing I did was find a naturopathic doctor who was going to take me seriously and listen to my concerns. She recommended this enzyme to me in the case that it can help to break down different kinds of mucus in the body and inflammation in the body. At the time, we didn't know that we were dealing with endometriosis, and unfortunately endometriosis will always grow back. So I was sort of up against something, but I didn't know it at the time. So she recommends serrapeptase to me, and the way she did it was she had me starting out in small doses and working my way up into larger doses, because in the higher doses, that's where you're really going to see some changes in the body. So for 1 week, I would take 1 dose of serrapeptase on an empty stomach in the morning. Now, if you are purchasing serrapeptase yourself, you have to get enteric coated serrapeptase, because if it's not enteric coated, it will break down in the stomach and it will not break down in the intestine, which is what you need. So if you have been taking serrapeptase and it hasn't been working for you, or you haven't felt anything happening or noticed any changes in your body, you might want to look into if your serrapeptase is enteric coated, because if it's not, again, it breaks down in the stomach. So you want to get the right kind of serrapeptase. You take your serrapeptase, and yeah, you wait half an hour, 60 minutes, and then you can continue on, drink your coffee. So I was taking 1 a day in the morning for a week, and I bumped up to 2 a day in the morning for a week, and then 3 a day, and I got all the way up to 6 a day in the morning for 6 weeks. My naturopath recommended a 6-week course of treatment, and that's what I did. After that, I just didn't do anything. I maintained my castor oil packs and my fertility massage, but I was not taking any supplements to reduce inflammation. 2 months later, I had my recanalization procedure and my tubes were open. They told me right then and there, your tubes are open. And in fact, the doctor looked me in my eye and told me, you should get pregnant in the next 3 months, which I did not. It worked in the sense that it reopened my tubes, but really the update is a year later, I had another surgery and my tubes were completely blocked again. And so once again, I have stage 3 endometriosis, which is pretty severe. I actually recently learned in my last surgery that I had a hydrosalpinx on one tube, and I had to have that tube fully removed. And that had nothing to do with the serrapeptase. when I had the first HSG and when I had my first surgery, my tubes were not in the state that they were in years later with my last surgery. So that's just the nature of the condition that I have, and that really has nothing to do with serrapeptase working or not. It really depends on what is going on with your tubes. Are they blocked because of endometriosis? Because no matter how much serrapeptase you take, it's going to continue to grow back. Or are they blocked from some kind of mucus? Sometimes it can be like kind of like a booger or something. Like it can be something that just needs to be pushed out. And in that case, serrapeptase can really help to loosen that up. And then if you go for an HSG procedure, that hopefully can just flush you right out and you will have clear and open tubes. It really depends on what is affecting your tubes to determine if they can be opened by serrapeptase. I feel really confident that it worked for me. I could tell right away there was a huge difference from my HSG to my tubal recanalization. They were very different. My HSG, there was nothing getting through there, okay? Not one drop of dye was getting through those tubes. And then with the recanalization, it just happened instantly. The dye just went straight out. So I do believe serrapeptase helped, but again, I paired it with castor oil packs and fertility massage and different types of things. So I was really trying to help open them up at the time. I was doing more than just serrapeptase, but I do know that obviously that was doing the internal work for me, and I do believe that it really helped. And I would urge you to speak directly to a healthcare practitioner who knows your body and your history and what you're dealing with, because again, this is a supplement. You want to be careful about what you're putting into your body, especially if you are trying to conceive, because there are other things that it can affect in the body. So just be careful and make sure that you are speaking to a professional about this before you start taking it. That's what I would suggest doing for anybody taking anything. So that would be my recommendation. Hopefully you found this video to be helpful for you. If you had any more questions, just go ahead and leave me a comment below and I would be happy to chat with you about that. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.